Well, Facebook is under increasing scrutiny for the way it targets its users for advertisers. While rumours suggest Facebook listens to users through their smartphone microphones, the social media giant denies this. A recent study out of France found that although Facebook defends itself and its transparency around advertiser targeting, sometimes these explanations can be incomplete. For more on this, I'm joined by Associate Professor Tama Leaver from the School of Media, Creative Arts and Social Inquiry at Curtin University. Now, Professor, Facebook ads are a part of the furniture. We understand that now, and we understood in the early days if you changed your status to engaged, of course, you would get wedding ads, but it is so much more sophisticated than that, isn't it?
It is so much more, and it has been so much more for quite a long time. But I guess what's becoming more and more evident is the complexity of that is something that people are really struggling to get their heads around. So Facebook, for some people, has been a part of their lives for 10, 12 years, and it has been hoovering up data that entire time. And every time you like something, every time you make a comment, every time you post something, Facebook is effectively tagging that data in a way that lets it analyse that in categories. And of course, those categories accrue over time. So you might have literally thousands of categories against your name. Now, it's very hard for you as an individual to infer all of those categories. And to be fair, some of them are probably a little bit strange, a little bit odd, but a lot of them are things like your political values, which you may never have explicitly said on Facebook, but nevertheless Facebook infers because political advertising is very valuable to them, for example. Equally, Facebook doesn't need to tell you the way that it's making all of these decisions. It simply does it. So I think for a lot of us, we feel like we're in the dark a bit, and that is how Facebook prefers it.
And it can be activity completely separate from Facebook.
Absolutely. So what a lot of people probably don't realise is that Facebook, like so many other companies, buys data from big data aggregation companies. And basically those companies, all they do is hoover up data from you and then package it up and then sell it to whoever wants it. Now, this is data that they've managed to infer from all sorts of sources, but something as complex as, say, that the loyalty cards that you use when you're shopping, that could be linked to a company like this that can infer a whole lot from your, say, your grocery buying habits. And that can tell them something that can then get inferred in other systems. And once you add all of these together, you've actually got quite a complex picture of people. And so if you add that to what you've already volunteered through Facebook, both knowingly and through other people talking about you, there's a really quite robust picture of who you are available. And when Facebook then wants to sort of utilise this to sell advertising, it can do this at an incredibly fine-grained, sort of detailed level, and you get very specific sorts of advertising for very specific sorts of reasons.
When you click on the link that says, why am I seeing this ad? It's sort of an effort for transparency on Facebook's part, but what has been found is that it really isn't transparent at all.
No, so what Facebook will tell you is often broad categories, so it might say that you're getting this for maybe these 2 or 3 reasons, but what it's not telling you is actually those 2 or 3 reasons might be linked to 12, 15, 18 other reasons that are behind that, so sort of subcategories or attached categories. And Facebook doesn't tell you that, and often it's often those subcategories that actually are the worrying thing. So it might be something about your politics, for example, that you don't even realise it's tagged you, for example. But it might be those hidden categories that are the things that Facebook's actually selling mostly to advertisers.
Definitely makes you reassess the need to be on Facebook sometimes when you hear this. Associate Professor Tama Leaver from the School of Media, Creative Arts and Social Inquiry at Curtin University. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure.